Hello Gaudi class and welcome to maths. We're going to start with 4.5 minutes of arithmetic. Now, if you get to the end of the extension and you want to keep going, that's fine, absolutely fine, but that's not your maths lesson. So please, should only take you 4.5 minutes plus the time we go through it before we get on to what we actually are learning about today. So please don't use your extension time to do maths when we should be doing new maths. If you're doing challenge 1, be careful. That's all I have to say to you. Be careful. Okay, so pause the video, do your arithmetic, and I'll see you back for the answers. Let's have a look at challenge 1 first. So 10, take away 5. And we've got different ways of doing this. So we can do this on our fingers because we can do 10, take away 5, and we've still got 5 left. We could have done that with a ruler and started on 10 and taken away, started on 10 and taken away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we still get 5 as our answer. 15, add 3. And again, I can use the ruler and I can start on 15 and I can add 3. 1, 2, 3, get to 18. Or I can put the 15 in my head, 3 on my fingers, 15, 16, 17, 18. Doesn't matter which way around you do it the way that's most comfortable for you and helps you get the answer right. 18. Okay, this one was the trick. I said be careful. 10, add something equals 12. So I hope you haven't written 22 there. So it doesn't say 10 add 12. It says if you start at 10, what do you need to add to get to 12? So if you start at 10, 11, 12, you're adding 2. And then if you weren't sure, what you could do is you could check your questions. So if you hide your answer, check your question, 10 add 2, 10, 11, 12, gives you the answer you want. Now for the extension, we're going to go whole screen again. So we're going to have a look at the answer. The answer this time was 3. So we're going to put our 3 into its own little box, and we're not touching that. So altogether, we could start with 3, take away 0 equals 3. So if we had 3 and we didn't take any away, we've still got 3. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some dots outside the box. I'm going to start with 1 dot. So now I have got 4 altogether. If I take away the one that's outside the box, I've still got my 3 in the box. And I can add another one. Now I have got 5 altogether. If I take away the 2 that are outside the box, I've still got the 3 that are inside the box. And you can see there's a pattern. So it's 3, 4, 5. So the next one will be 6. If I add one more circle, 6. And the pattern here, 0, 1, 2, 3. So again, I've got 6 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I take away the 3 that are outside the box, I will still have my 3 in the box. And then the good thing about takeaway is I can keep going and keep going and keep going with that pattern until I run out of paper or time, whichever one I want. So now let's have a look at challenge 2. So I'm looking at the ones and I can see I've got 2 and 1. So this time I know I don't need to use my 10s and 1s. I can if I want to, but I don't need to use my 10s and 1 chart to help me. I can just do this. So I'm going to do my 1s first, but you've got to remember to put them second, which is all just very confusing. 2 add 1 is 3, and 20 add 50, or 2 add 5 is 7. Because I knew my numbers were small, I could have done my 10s first. So I could have done 20 add 50 and got 70. And then my 2s and my 1s. 8 lots of 5, 8 fingers, counting in 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then we've got the same, we've got one where it's missing in the question. So 12 add something equals 28. So I've got to count from 12 to 28, or I've got to count from 28 backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 28 take away the 12 because I find that easier. So what I'm going to do is 28 take away the 10. So 28 take away 10, if I count back, because I know how to do that. So 28, 18. And then from 18, I'm going to count back the 2, 18, 17, 16. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check my answer. If I add those two together, do I get the right answer? So I've got 10 here and 10 here, that's 20. And I have 2 and 6, that's 8, so 28. Cool. And for the extension, we've got loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. So I'm going to start with my favourite, 37, add 0, add 0. And then 36, add 1, add 0. And then 35, add 2, add 0. And 35. And I'm going to split up my 2, so I've got 1, add 1. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go 43, add 3, add 0. And then 34, add 2, add 1. And then I could have 34, add 1, add 2 as well. So 33, add 4, add 0. And 33, add 3, add 1. And then 33, add 2, add 2. And you know from me showing you last week that I love this, so I could just go on forever. I'm going to stop here. And tomorrow we'll do a different pattern. So today, last lesson, we were looking at counting in 2s. Today, we're going to look at counting in 5s. We're just going to have a practice very quickly, counting in 5s from 0, stopping at 50. Ready? Let's go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And again, if you were finding that a bit tricky, keep practicing. So it's just very useful to be able to count in 5s, because then we can do things like check, oh look, there's 5 fish in each of these bowls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can count those really quickly. I can just say 5, 10, 15. I don't have to count them all individually. That's why it's so useful to be able to count in 5s. And again, with the apples, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apples in each bag. So we can just say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 apples. Nice and quick. Okay, so how many lots of 5 are there? That's correct. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 5. And if we count in 5s, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. And actually, we don't need to count there. We could just say 4 lots of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, and use our hands to count. So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to pause the video, and I would like you to have a go at one of these, any one you like. So they get harder. So that's our straightforward starting counting in 5s from the beginning, 5, 10, 15. This one takes off from about halfway through, and this is our tricky one. So pause the video, fill in your answers. You can just choose to do one. Depends on the mood you're in today, whether or not you're going to take the easy, medium or hard route. And then I'll fill in the answers with you. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And we stopped counting there, 55, 60. And you can see there's a really nice pattern. It goes, or if you look at the 1s digit, it goes 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0. And the 10s just goes 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. So it's a lovely, lovely patterns in the 5 times table. Okay, the second one, we were kind of going from here, so 20, 25. So we can copy the pattern we've done, or we can just say it. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Just carry on the pattern that way. And this one at the bottom has started from here. So we have 40, 45, 50. And if you're not sure, you could have started from the beginning. You could have started all the way back from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. And I've shown you the pattern. Okay, so let's create some multiplication sentences. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted, but I do know because we're only counting in 5s today. So 4 lots of 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20. And because multiplication is commutative, we can swap our numbers in our question over. Just those 2 numbers can be swapped over because the answer is still the same. We've still got 20 counters, so, or cubes. So 4 times 5 is 20 and 5 times 4 is 20. Let's do the same with this one. If you want to, you can pause the video and try this one for yourself, and then we'll do it together. So we have got 3 groups, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes in each. So 3 lots of 5, 3 times 5 is 5, 10, 15. And again, not swapping over our answer, just swapping over the numbers in the question. We can write the other multiplication sentence. So 3 times 5 is 15 and 5 times 3 is 15. And again, if you want to do this one by yourself, pause and then come back to me for the answers. This time we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in each one. Now, we can't count in sevens. You might be able to, but in year 2, we don't count in sevens. We don't need to be able to. But what we can do is we can do the other one first. So we can swap that round, make it commutative, and count in 5s instead. So we need 7 lots of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So we know that both of these answers are 35. Now, I showed you this last week, but I'm going to show it to you again. And again, you do not have to know this. So this is a fun one. It stretches your brain. I've lost my I can't get my mouse to work. This is an array. This is a 5 by 5 array. And so if you don't want to know this, skip through to the questions and you can, don't worry about it. So what I was, no, wrong pen. Try again, Mrs Gabella. That's what we want. There we go. We can split this array so that we have got 2 separate arrays. So we've still got, if you look at the big picture, we've still got 5 across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row and 5 in columns. So we've still got 5 by 5. So we've got 25 counters here. We're not changing how many counters we've got. All we're doing is splitting it. So over here, we have got, I can't get my mouse to move today. We've got 1, 2, 3 lots of 5. And over here, we've got 2 lots of 5. So we've split our array, our whole, which was 5 times 5, and we've split it into 3 times 5. Those are our red counters, and 2 times 5, which are our yellow counters. So 5 times 5 is 25, 3 times 5 is 15, and 2 times 5 is 10. But if you put it all together, you've still got that 25. So you can say that, 3 times 5 add 2 times 5 equals 25. So we've split up our array and you just write it out like that. 3 times 5 plus 2 times 5 equals 25. So it's a bit messing with your head and making you look at things in a different way, but it works exactly the same way. Have a look at this one here. So now all together, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns, and there are 5 counters in each column. So we have got 7 lots of 5. We've got 35 altogether. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 altogether. And we've split them again into the red counters. I'm just going to move those over slightly so we can see. We've split those into the red counters. So in the red counters, we have got 3 lots of 5. And in the yellow, so that's the bit we've got down here. And in the yellow counters, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of 5. So altogether, we've still got our 7 lots of 5, but we've split it into a 3 lots of 5 and a 4 lots of 5. The answer is still going to be the same because we haven't added or taken away any counters. They're all still there. So we've still got our 35 counters, but we've put 5, 10, 15 of them over here and 5, 10, 15, 20 of them over here. So again, we've got 3. So again, we've got 3 times 5 plus 4 times 5 equals 35. This is really helpful when we've got really huge numbers. So at the moment, these are all within our 5 times table and we can count them. But if you were asked to do something like 12 times 5, you can split this, because you can split the 12 into 10 and 2. So you can do 10 times 5 and 2 times 5. So 10 times 5 is 50 and 2 times 5 is 10. So if you add that together, 50 add 10, you get your 60. So whilst it looks complicated and difficult and you're thinking, Mrs Gabella, why on earth would I want to do this? It becomes quite useful when you get to bigger numbers, maybe not 12, but if I asked you to find out what 16 times 5 was, or actually if we went beyond your fingers, 26 times 5, you could do all of that by using this method, splitting it up. And you'll do a lot more of that in year 3. But it's just something fun to look at. And I do think maths is fun, so I'm sorry if this is making you feel a bit iffy. If it is, you don't need to do it. Don't worry, don't panic. It's just for fun. Right, so you can see again, let's split the reds and the yellows slightly apart. Oops, that one doesn't want to move. Doesn't want to move, there we go. Okay, you can see that here altogether we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lots of 5. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots, and here we've got 4 lots. So altogether we've got 9 lots of 5, that's 45. But over in this section here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of 5, which is 25, not 15. Whoops. And over here, we have got 4 lots of 5, which is 20, not 10. Whoops, and I'm sorry. So we've got 5 lots of 5, add 4 lots of 5, 5 lots of 5, add 4 lots of 5, which gives us 9 lots of 5, which was 45. I'm sorry if that hurt you. Let's have a look at these ones then. So we've got to put in the greater than, less than, or equals sign. So again, make sure you check what you've got on that side, check what you've got on that side, and work out what sign needs to go in. So 3 times 5 is 5, 10, 15. 15. And 5 add 5 add 5 is 10. So we can see that this side is bigger and that side is smaller. So our sign is going to go that way. I missed the dot. Can't join the dots very well. So you could pause the video, you could see if you could do the next 2 without my help and then come back for the answers. 7 times 5 on this side, and we've got 5 times 7 on this side. And I'm not even going to work this out because I know they're the same, because multiplication is commutative. So if I do 7 times 5, it's going to be exactly the same as doing 5 times 7. All I've done is shifted my numbers over. So I'm not even going to work that one out, although the answer to both of them is 35. Let's try this one. 5 times 10. So 10 times 5, 10 times 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So this side here is 50. 50 take away 5, so 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45. So I can see that this side again is bigger, this side is smaller. We'll try joining the dots. Your turn. For challenge 1, I would like you to write the multiplication sentences that go with each of the pictures below. So I shall do this one with you here. You can see we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each column. And 5 times 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. In this one, we've got 2 lots of 5. And in this one, we've just got 1 lot of 5. Now, if you're feeling brave, it won't work for this one, because if we should change the numbers around to make that commutative, we'd still have 5 times 5. 5 times 5, 5 times 5. The same the other way around. But if you're feeling adventurous, then with these ones, maybe you could do the commutative statement as well. So here you've got your 2 times 5, but you could also write your 5 times 2. The answer is going to be the same. And on this one, you're just filling in a number line, and it might be easy to do that one first so that you can go back and use that to help you with the questions before. So you're just filling in the missing numbers on your number line, counting in 5s. Challenge 2, yours is very much the same as last time. You are filling in the missing numbers. And again, remember that your answer box can come at the end. Your answer box can also come at the beginning. It doesn't matter. Look for the question. So 9 times 5, and the answer is going to go at the beginning. Where you've got missing numbers in questions, use your fingers to help you and count till you get to that. That's the answer. So 40 is the answer. So if you count in fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, that is the answer you need. So the number of fingers will tell you how many, what the answer is. So you're not looking for 40, which is where you count to with the other ones. You're actually looking for your number of fingers with those ones. So where the number is missing in the question, count your fingers. Okay, so that's a nice one for you. This one's bringing back money, and we've got 5p pieces. So how much money does Ron have? So how many 5p pieces does he have? And again, so I will do this one with you and then I will rub it out. So he's got 10 coins and he's timesing that by 5p. Ignore the money for the moment, just count in fives. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then just remember to put the pence sign back on the end. It's because it is a money question. Make sure you do that. Right, tricky one. Make sure you've got your brain on for this one. A sandwich costs £2 and a box of crayons costs £5. Jack buys five sandwiches and 3 boxes of crayons. So how much does he spend in total? Okay, so not 2 add 7, 2 add 5, which is 7. He's got 5 sandwiches and he's got 3 boxes of crayons. So find out how much he spends on sandwiches, find out how much he spends on crayons, and then add those together. And you've got 2 extensions as well. No, you've got an extension, sorry. No, you have got 2 extensions. I'm not going mad. Well, I am mad anyway. Amir and Alex have some money. So this is what Amir has and this is what Alex has. How much do they have all together? So count up what Amir's got, count up what Alex has got, and work out the total. And then we had this one the other day about the 2 times table as well. So Mo says every number in the 5 times table is odd. Is he right? And explain. So are all the numbers in the 5 times table odd? And I will just remind you what an odd and an even number is. So if you are counting, if you're putting pairs of numbers together, so for example, if you've got 5, you can put those 2 together as a pair, you can put those 2 together as a pair, and this one doesn't have a partner. So this one is on its own, it is the odd one out. So this number is odd, so 5 is odd. If they all go together in pairs, if you had 4, and they all go together in pairs, there is no odd one out, that number is even. So are all the numbers in the 5 times table odd? So we had all the numbers in the 2 times table yesterday are even, but are all the numbers in the 5 times table odd? And explain your answer. And I look forward to seeing all your work on tapestry. And tomorrow's lesson, I believe we are counting in tens. So I look forward to seeing you for that.